It is all about decisive and incisive news report on policy matters, in-depth analysis on topical issues, comprehensive discourse on what is critically at stake, detailing the trends and the issues as they are, understanding shared values, information, opinions, views and thought-provoking policies on democratic governance, the economy, politics and socio-cultural issues. Issues and Trends, a one-stop comprehensive socio-economic and political analysis with Obafemi Craig. Issues and Trends, every Thursday from 9 p.m. to 9:55 p.m. on Lagos Television, BSTV Channel 256, GoTV Channel 120, Star Times Channel 113, and UHF 35. Every Thursday from 9 p.m. to 9:55 p.m. on Lagos Television. Issues and Trends with Obafemi Craig. Do join us.
This is Lagos Television, the voice of Lagos.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the news on Lagos Television. I am Bababumi Agbibi. The federal government has admonished organized labor to consider the broader economic implications of its push for an unrealistic higher national minimum wage. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, who handed down the admonition, hinted that the 250,000 naira minimum wage demanded by labor could undermine the economy, lead to mass retrenchment of workers, and jeopardize the welfare of Nigerians. However, the labor unions refuted President Bola Tinubu's claims during his Democracy Day broadcast that an agreement had been reached on the new national minimum wage. Adewale Adeyonju, who is acting on behalf of the NLC President Joe Ajaero, said as of the time negotiations ended on June 7, no agreement had been reached by the Tripartite Committee on the national minimum wage. Recall that the parties had engaged in prolonged talks for weeks, with the unions insisting on 250,000 naira minimum wage, while the federal government and the organized private sector offered 62,000 naira. Experts at the 10th Lagos International Climate Change Conference have asked youth to come up with innovative solutions and business ideas that have the potential to drive climate change adaptation and resilience. They say upholding youth inclusion and engagement within the dynamics of climate finance is essential for achieving a sustainable environment. Bukola Tilokol reports.
It is the second day of the 10th Lagos International Climate Change Summit with the theme Accelerating Climate Finance and Championing Local Adaptation Initiatives. With this theme, the Lagos State Government and other stakeholders are seeking ways to close gaps in climate financing to bring about sustainable transformation in the quest for a livable environment. The Climate Policy Initiative estimates that about $2.8 trillion will be needed between 2020 and 2030 for Africa to achieve its global warming prevention targets. Climate financing has become a major topic of discussions in climate adaptation and resilience efforts. Experts at this summit, while commending the Lagos State Government for taking proactive steps in addressing climate change challenges, say the government must go a step further to explore opportunities, partnerships, and projects around climate finance.
Building internal capabilities to apply for funding opportunities. This could be as simple as, for instance, developing a database of funding options.
As an entity, whether private or public, you simply have to demonstrate your capacity. You have the right structures in place, right? And you have the capacity to put together bankable transactions.
As valuable contributors to climate action and agents of change, youths are challenged to scale up their efforts and use their innovation to accelerate climate action using available climate funds.
a lot of funding that are out there that young people can access to be able to drive your innovation to that level that you really want it. So innovation exists in whatever we do. Climate change exists in our day-to-day activity. However, it is our approach that matters as a young person.
The finance aspect is very critical, is very essential, but we know we must charge ourselves, educate ourselves through advocacy to see how we can tap into the finance.
Other topics discussed include accelerating innovation and private sector investment in climate resilience, local financing strategy for waste streams, and multimodal transport system as climate change adaptation mechanism for Lagos. Bukola Taylor Cole, LTV News.
The Lagos government has promised to deliver a network of roads that are critical to connecting intermodal transportation in the state. The special advisor to the governor on infrastructure, Olufemi Daramola, stated this when he led officials on an inspection tour of ongoing works on roads and other strategic projects on Lagos-Badagry Expressway. Correspondent Joshua Morakinyo tells us more.
Barely a week after inspecting ongoing projects such as Omu Creek, Alapere Pedestrian Bridge, elaborate network of roads, Mayegun Road and Lekki-Ekpe Expressway Phase 2A and B, the Special Advisor on Infrastructure shifts attention to Lagos-Badagry Expressway and its environs. The drive from Igbomo-Orile inwards Badagry Expressway highlighted a failed portion at Doyin-Orile caused by flooding due to blocked drains, necessitating further probe and intervention.
We would link up with our counterparts in the Office of Drainage Services to have a holistic look at it to prevent flooding in the axis.
The team then moved to another critical network of road projects that speak to strategic intermodal infrastructure, with the local satellite junior secondary school benefiting from the project.
This is Old Ojo Road, and it is critical construction being undertaken here by the Lagos State Government. It's being done in rigid pavement, and this is one of the 4 network of roads that is critical to serving as an alternative to the Lagos-Badagry Expressway. This Ijegun-Egba, for instance, leads to the jetty and the tank farms. This road is being constructed to solidify the effort of government to provide infrastructure that lasts.
As you know, that is a location wherein a lot of the tank farmers move in and out. What is left to complete there is just about 200 meters drain and some section of the pavement. We would work assiduously as well to deliver that. Same goes for Irede Road and for Navy Town Road. So the progress of work is very commendable, and the team is here to have a look and to also assure Lagosians that in due course this road will be delivered.
The Special Advisor also highlighted the import of connecting these roads.
This road, Old Ojo Road, runs parallel to it. It's an alternative road for all commuters in the axis. The Navy Town Road, the Momuni Adio, the Navy Town, Irede roads are all roads that will link all the tank farmers. Once they get their products, come in here, and they have this bypass that will continuously run, while it will be a big relief for Lagos-Badagry.
The team continued with the inspection to Orile Irede Iyanoiba interchange and later Shinlemo Street. The tour finally culminated at the critical connecting roads at Abaronje, a project seen by many people in the area as a relief and welcome development. For the Special Advisor to the Governor on Infrastructure, it's about the value and judicious and timely use of state resources for impactful infrastructure development. Joshua Morakinyo, LTV News, Lagos.
Thank you, Joshua. A legal framework to help curb the menace of electronic fraud is now available as guidelines for citizens and lawyers in Nigeria. Former Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General in Lagos, Kazeem Adeniji, presented the documents that will help curb electronic fraud in the country. I was at the presentation, and here's my report. It is a gathering of legal luminaries to discuss ways of curbing fraud via electronic transactions to help build a sustainable and equitable society. This is at the instance of the former Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of Lagos State, Adeniji Kazeem.
You're trying to talk about what happens in the digital world. You know, there's not too much difference, because in the digital world, people also commit crimes. There are disputes there. There are contracts being made. There are issues about how you deal with the data that you use. So the issue is that how do you understand the laws that govern that space, basically. So that's what I'm basically trying to do, to sensitize the public.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is represented by the Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General, and he highlights the successes of Lagos State in transitioning to digital on most forms for operations and payments.
Lagos, as the commercial hub of Nigeria, stands at the forefront of digital revolution. Our city is home to numerous tech startups, financial institutions, driving innovation in electronic transactions. The legal framework governing these transactions is crucial to ensuring their security, efficiency, and trustworthiness. The Lagos State government has been proactive in creating an enabling environment for electronic transactions. The Lagos State Revenue Service (LIRS) has introduced an e-tax platform that allows taxpayers to file and pay taxes online, increasing transparency and convenience.
The creativity and specialty of the author is appreciated with a call to do more.
This is a trailblazing book that has attempted to look at and give us a guide on the legal framework for that very, very vital and emerging industry which regulates almost the totality of our financial lives, both as a people and as a country.
It carries a lot of volume in it because it represents the new age with fintech, electronic transaction, the banking, e-commerce that we now operate. Even in the government that we try to digitize and automate our services to ensure that all we do now should be electronic based. And that's why this book is very important.
Electronic payment transactions in Nigeria witnessed remarkable growth in the first quarter of 2024, hitting a total of 234 trillion naira, indicating an 89.3% increase from the 123.8 trillion naira recorded in the same period in 2023. Bababumi Agbebi, LTV News. For more news, connect with Lagos Television on these social media platforms. A quick reminder to call Lagos toll-free lines 767 or 112 in case of emergencies. Many thanks for watching. I am Bababumi Agbebi. We'll be back at 4.